It's been 10 years, Christiana. 10 years.
It's been a decade, and to give you a little bit of a backstory, of a background about us, about these 10 years that we've been together. So we met in 2008, we were mates in high school, we were in the same class, but we didn't start dating back then, we were just friends. And we stayed friends until 2011 when we finished our studies.
Wait. Do you guys want to see a picture from that time? Alright, 3, 2, 1, cringe time. Okay, I know. We haven't changed a bit, have we?
Oh, I think we have changed quite a lot, to be honest.
I was being sarcastic.
Anyway, so like I was saying, I hope this picture hasn't taken you out of this conversation, but like I was saying, so we started going out in 2011 when we finished high school, and then after that...
We were unemployed.
Yeah.
So we tried to find work in our region, but unfortunately the opportunities there, they were not available at the time.
Still not available at this time, 10 years later, still not available.
It's a little bit better now, but back then it was, I think they were during recession time here in Portugal. It's a very complicated time, so there was no jobs around.
But
so
we still managed to find jobs, kind of.
Yeah, I worked a month in a factory, in a tomato factory, only for a month. This was like a temporary job, and it was like during summertime. So that's seasonal job when the tomatoes are available here in the summer. And for me, I found a job working in a petrol station for I think 1 or 2 or 3 months. I was just covering the other employees' holidays, so I just stayed there for a very short period of time. And yeah, after that we were again jobless. Yeah. So our decision was to move to the Algarve. This is in the south of Portugal. It's a very touristy area. This is where everybody goes to go on holiday. You've got beaches, you've got bars, you've got everything.
Yeah.
So it's very popular. So we thought, especially in summer.
And we went in May, so the summer or the season is just starting. So we thought it was a good time to go to the Algarve and try to find a job.
We rented what was it like
a T1 apartment, a small apartment.
Yeah, it was just 1 bedroom apartment, very, very small, but we couldn't find employment.
Yeah.
we searched everywhere in terms of shopping centers, restaurants, bars, everything that you can think of, hotels.
Yeah, we pretty much put our CVs everywhere. We were leaving because we always had a car, we always had my car, so we were leaving the place where we were staying, the place that we rented. We were leaving every day around 8, 9 o'clock, and we were coming back only around like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. All day we were going to places.
How old were we back then? So you were 18, around 18?
I was 18, yeah.
And I was 20. So very
young. Bunch of kids trying to make it in life, completely clueless what was going on, how to start adulthood, so yeah.
But that didn't go well. We spent the whole month there, we spent our money, and then we came back to our towns, jobless and broke.
Yeah, but the good thing is our family was here, so we had a place to stay, we had food to eat, we had our friends around too, so we enjoyed.
Yes, so we then managed to find temporary jobs as well, seasonal. I worked as a lifeguard in a swimming pool, a local swimming pool. And you worked?
Oh, that was the time that I worked in the petrol station, because before I also worked in the factory. So I was working in the factory before, where I mentioned that I was working in the petrol station. That was the same time we were both working in the factory, but different factories. Yours was a tomato factory and mine was all type of vegetable factory, like broccoli, courgettes, peppers, anything and everything. So yeah, and then when we came back from the Algarve, that was the time that I got the job covering holidays in the petrol station.
Yeah, so that's when that finished. The seasonal work, we were again jobless. We didn't have a clue we wanted to do in life, even to find a job. It was difficult, so we had the bright idea of going to England. And this was during winter. We left in
January 2013. That was a big move. We had never, I mean, for me it was the biggest move ever because I had never been abroad. It was the first time that I went on the airplane, so imagine that. And yeah, I was never...
I think I've even got that video, the first time you went
on the airplane, probably.
Tu réagis venir à ça, on va dire.
Je vais tocar dessus, je pense.
So that was the biggest moves of our lives at the time, and I think we were pretty brave to do that by ourselves. At the time I was 19, about to turn 20, and he was 21, about to turn 22, because we moved to England in January and our birthdays were in February and March. So we were 2 kids abroad. I couldn't speak English, my English was horrible, I couldn't understand anybody, it was really hard being there, just the 2 of us. Again, with very little money, trying to succeed in life.
We went to England with €1,000. We exchanged to pounds, we
got £800.
£800.
I still remember that.
And that was all the money that we saved during those 2-3 months.
Yeah, also because we didn't know how to save that well, and we also wanted to enjoy with our friends, so we were probably spending a lot of money going out and drinking and not partying that much, but still like trying to be...
Young ages.
Yeah.
So my first job in England was helping this Portuguese guy that I met installing boilers and central heating in people's flats and houses. And I worked with him about 9 months.
Yeah.
But you had difficulties.
I had difficulties because, first of all, I couldn't speak English. Second of all, I was very shy. And yeah, it was hard for me to find a job. I couldn't go anywhere by myself because I couldn't speak, so I was afraid of going out and making a mistake and not being able to talk to people. But I tried anyway, so I put a few CVs out. Again, nobody was going to call me because I couldn't speak English. So I think my first job was cleaning offices. So I got like part-time jobs cleaning offices, and it was fun because
you got to practice your English.
Yeah, a little bit, not that much, because most people that I met while I was working cleaning offices as a cleaner, most people were Portuguese or from other nationalities, so we couldn't really practice that much English.
I think it built your confidence in speaking English and practicing your English.
Yeah, and I also decided to have this brilliant idea of going to a school to learn English. Do you remember that? And the school was just a waste of time because I knew a little bit, I knew the basics, I just struggled with the accent and how to express myself because I could understand more or less, but then I couldn't talk back. So my knowledge was not that basic, was like entry level, I would say. But they put me on a basic type of thing, so I was just there wasting my time.
Let's do a short break to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video.
Skillshare is an online community where thousands of creative and curious people come together to learn various topics. In Skillshare there is so many different classes that you can take on topics such as illustration, graphic design, videography, photography and so much more.
I can recommend you guys to watch this class by Thomas Dyer, Storytelling Through Film, how to create engaging videos for YouTube.
Skillshare is a very easy platform to navigate through, as you can see here, and like we mentioned before, there are classes to fit all kinds of different interests, so you'll be sure to find something to fit yours.
And we have something pretty awesome to share with you guys. The first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description box below will get a month free trial instead of the usual 14 days that normally Skillshare offers. So you can start putting in practice your creativity today. First few months we were renting a place in a shared house with about 8 to 9 rooms. It was chaotic, there was so many people there. there was good people, there was bad people. You know, when you live in a house with so many people, there's always going to be a bit of a few arguments. It was not
Crazy times.
it was not the best years, I must say, especially living in that house. But then after, I quit my job.
Yeah, because he was also not very happy.
I was not happy with that. I didn't enjoy what I was doing.
Plumbing and doing central heating.
I was not passionate about it. So I quit, and then I worked
one day
in McDonald's. That was crazy. I worked one day because I just went out with a mate, have McDonald's, and then just throw my CV. And then the next day they called me. I said, okay, I'm going to work. But then I hated the job. I said, I'm never going back there again. But then luckily, on that same week, I gave some CVs around, and someone from the hotel, from a big hotel chain, called me to interview, and I got accepted. So then I started working in a big hotel chain in England.
But you didn't start as a receptionist.
No, I started cleaning the rooms and doing like reception. And
covering a few shifts in night reception. And then I got the opportunity just to do night shifts, and that's how I got the job. Yeah, and then for me, I was still being a cleaner, cleaning offices, cleaning here and there. Being not very happy because, I mean, I was 20, 21. I never thought that was going to be my life, being a cleaner. Being a young woman and cleaning, it was not something that I had foreseen for my future. So I was not very happy there, but because João started in a hotel, he started to ask if there was vacancies, since it was such a big hotel chain in the UK.
It's the biggest in the UK.
So he started asking around to see if there was any vacancies for me to start out as well. And I got an interview, and they liked me even though my English wasn't perfect, but they knew I could.
They liked your personality, and they knew that you had potential.
Yeah, so I ended up doing night reception as well in the different hotels, but it was the same hotel chain.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing night reception there, and my English started to improve. I also did a lot of training. I was doing night reception, but I also was doing training during the day with the receptionists there, so my English got to improve a lot, and I got to learn everything about, you know, being a receptionist.
Yeah, and then you moved into daytime.
Yes.
After
a few months I started doing daytime reception, so I was a receptionist.
Yeah, I stayed during the nights on my hotel. So then life started to get, it was starting to get better.
And better.
Yeah, and better. We had a little bit more money, we were stable, and so then we saved money and rented the houses for ourselves. For 2 years we were working, saving, and then we started going on small trips. My dream was to go to Rome, so that was our first ever trip together. Like actual holidays, not going abroad, but
it was holiday. It was in 2014, so 1 year after being in England. We managed to save a little bit and go on our first holiday together.
And then we were working, saving, and doing these like small trips in Europe.
Yeah, we started taking little trips out to Europe and then to Morocco and
North Africa.
Yeah, and because João had a lot of free time during his
in the night.
During his shifts, he had a lot of free time, so he decided to start watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, I started watching at the time Fun for Louis, great channel. So then I started watching his videos. I wish I could have his lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, and then he started showing me those videos saying, oh, we should do this. And I was like, we would never be able to
never believe that we
travel because, I mean, we can barely survive here, like being in this world and saving money and having money to, you know, to survive. But before that, we decided that it was a good idea to look into buying a house here.
Yep.
So we decided, I was like, oh, let's go to the bank and see what's going on there. Of course, it was too expensive. Houses in the area that we were living were costing $500,000.
This is in Surrey, so it's just
outside London.
Outside of London, yeah.
So that was not the greatest idea we've had. So then
But great, otherwise we will be stuck to a mortgage for 30 years or 40 years.
or 60 years, God knows. But yeah, so then we were like thinking, what are we doing with our lives? We're still young.
And we were not happy at the time, you know, working and then paying bills. We were still going on those short holidays, but it never felt it was enough.
Yeah, and we were so young, and we got to be together so young as well, and we wanted to enjoy life still. We didn't want to be like stuck in a house and have kids and work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it for people that want to be like that,
Yeah,
but it was not the case for us.
But the trip to Morocco, that's when it opened our minds to a completely different world, because, you know, Europe is kind of similar, the
There's
culture.
no culture shock in Europe.
But first time we went to Morocco,
It was chaotic.
like a smack in your face.
Yeah.
It woken up.
Yeah, it was really good. And that's when we kind of like really believed, because at the time we were already talking about saving money to travel, but none of us were like,
backpacking.
yeah, but none of us were like really into it. It was just an idea, and we thought, okay, this might not gonna happen ever because we're not going to be able to save that much amount of money to travel. But in Morocco, it's when we realized it's like, okay, so life, it's starting now. So we can do this, we can save money. We have to live
And you started to believe in
like this, and I started to believe more and more, so I started planning out stuff. During my free time working, I was always looking for prices and places and everything. And of course, backpacking in England was already very popular back then. So there was a lot of British people that backpack, and being in a hotel, we got to be in contact with a lot of different people, and I met a lot of people that said, yeah, I just been in Thailand for like 4 months, and I was like, wow.
I never thought it was going to be possible.
Yeah, so then we realized, okay, so now we have a target, and we want to complete this target, and the target is to save as much money as possible.
Yes.
And at the time we were already looking at prices, how much was the cost of living in different countries in Southeast Asia, because we decided that Southeast Asia was like perfect.
Even today, yeah, that's our area.
Yeah, but
Southeast
we
Asia.
wanted to travel the world, but we just got stuck in Southeast Asia because Southeast Asia sucked us in. And we just love Southeast Asia so much. But anyway, so then we decided to save as much as possible and not spending that much money in other stuff like clothes, going out, food I mean restaurants.
So we're talking between 2013 to 2015, because on 2015 that's when we started actually like
16.
16?
2016, 1 year before.
Okay, so 2016 we actually like really saving for that goal.
Yeah.
Everything that we could save, we will put into a
savings
account.
Yeah.
So we won't touch it. So we won't touch that account, and we managed to save a decent amount of money.
Yeah, before that we were already saving a little bit, but we're not really into. We didn't know what we were saving to. For a house, would have been impossible to buy a house there. To come back to Portugal and have no jobs and no opportunities in life in terms of like a profession would have been not a good idea as well. So we were like putting some money aside, but we're like, yeah, we have this money, but what are we going to do with it? It was not that much anyway, but in 2016 it's when we decided, okay, and every penny that we have, we're going to put it towards this trip.
And we were paying our rent on a house, and that was very expensive. We were paying like
1,000 euros with the bill.
No, 1,000, like 1,100 pounds. 1,100.
Yeah.
1,100 pounds maybe.
Because it was the
1,200.
rent. Was the rent
Council
plus the
tax.
council tax, and then bills on top of that.
It was a
we
lot
had
of
the
money.
bills.
So then we went to a room, but this time to a really nice room with really nice people.
Yeah, that was a good time as well. They
Yeah.
were all around. We were all around the same age.
Yeah.
So we got along really well. We could respect other people's privacy and time.
Plus they were clean, not like in the other
Yes,
in
they
the
were
other house.
clean as well.
Moved to that room because we wanted to save even more money. In that room we were paying £650 with
Everything included.
Everything included, yes.
Was our only extra expense was the car, because we had a car in England to be able to survive to the rainy weather. So we had to go shopping, we had to go to work, and it was always good to have a car. Plus, cars in England are cheap.
Yeah, our car was £600.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture. Renault Clio. So we stayed in that room for about a year, and then we quit our jobs, packed everything up, and went to Portugal. And this was a scary move.
Yeah, it was really scary when I handled my resignation letter, because at the time when I resigned, I already got offered a position of management in the hotel chain, and I refused to travel. I needed to think about my career, but also on the other hand, I was not happy in England. I was not happy that we as a couple were so young and having that life that felt like we were probably 50 years old. It was just going to work, coming back,
Paying bills.
sometimes going to the pub, having a drink, having a meal. But it was like so boring, and why we were doing that to ourselves? We needed to enjoy, we were still young. Even if we were old, I mean, if we were not happy, we need to change, and that's what we did. So we both handed our resignation letters, we quit our jobs, packed everything.
Drove to Portugal, took a ferry.
Drove to Portugal, oh my god. It was the longest 2 days of my life, or day and a half.
So we stayed in Portugal, we stayed with family, and we hung around with some friends for about
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months. So this was 2017. We came on the 1st of August.
Yes, we arrived, we left on the 1st of August and we arrived here on the 3rd of August because we left late.
Plus our anniversary is on the 1st of August, so I guess it's a special date for us.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So we stayed there for about, as we said, about 2 or 3 months, and then booked a ticket, one-way ticket to Bangkok, Thailand. And at the airport, I was shaking everywhere. I couldn't.
Yeah, I was
couldn't
okay.
keep still. I was so nervous.
Okay, but it was really, really nervous. I got nervous when we arrived to Bangkok and everything was so different. We were jet lagged, we were tired. We had never been abroad, we had never been outside of Europe, I mean, apart from Morocco. But Morocco it's 2 hours away. Thailand is not 2 hours away. It's far away from here and everything is different. And I don't know, I felt a bit scared. I felt like I've been doing the right thing. I just quit my job, we quit everything, we left everything behind. And now in the middle of this craziness here with the noise and...
The first few days you were like, oh my God, did we do the right decision?
Yeah, I was pondering and thinking, and in my head I was like, I don't know.
You got all these thoughts going through your mind because you just left a secure job. The payment was good, you know, it was secure. We had a nice place as well, so...
Yeah, we could have...
But in the end of the day, we were not 100% happy, and I think that's a message that we can pass on to you. If you're not 100% happy, change.
Yeah, you have to take risks in life because you only have one, you have to live it.
Maybe you'll find happiness in...
Yeah, and there is no shame because there's a lot of people happy being married, having kids, buying houses, buying the cars and having that life.
But those that don't have a choice.
Just don't settle for that.
But we also have to say that this doesn't come, it's not given to you like this. You have to work for it. We had to work extremely hard. We did extra hours. You worked a lot, plus that management job that you had in London.
Yeah, I always worked long hours and long shifts. Usually I was working, well, my usual times were 8 hours, but I always taken 12-hour shifts. Sometimes my colleagues would not show up, so I would have to do 16-hour shifts. So I was working a lot.
Happened quite a few times,
Yeah, so it was not easy. Plus, during our 4 years in England, it has never been easy, especially as a young couple trying to succeed in life. and trying to do everything correctly, but with no experience on anything. So it was hard. It was hard.
And then Southeast Asia, the rest is history. You guys already know.
Yeah. So many great people along the way, and we've been so much happier since then. Of course, you're not happy every day. There is days that you miss your family,
yes.
you are worried about something, you ate something that your stomach didn't agree with, so you feel a bit under the weather. But overall, we are a much happier couple and much happier as individuals as well, because we changed, we made it happen. It was hard, it was difficult, we cried, we laughed. There's a lot of emotions that we can tell, but in the end it was all worth it.
We want as well to share something with you guys that just happened quite recently, but we're gonna leave that to a different, we'll make a separate video on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of updates.
Yes.
That's why our channel is slow, you know?
It's breaking,
Yeah.
slowly breaking now, but we will touch on that in the future, in the
Upcoming videos.
yes, of course.
Maybe in like a month and a half.
Yes. I just wanted to say that after our trip in Southeast Asia, every year we come back to Portugal to see our family, of course, so it's not like we turned our back to everybody and we never came back.
Mm-hmm.
We always come back every year, and we have the freedom of staying longer or staying a shorter period here or there or in Portugal or anywhere in the world. We have the freedom to do that, so we can do that too. And since COVID hit, we decided to stay in Malaysia at the time, and it was the best decision we could ever decided on, because we were safe there, we discovered the country, and we fell in love with the country that we had been before, and we always enjoyed it and liked it, but now it's like
special.
our most utter love. It's Malaysia. We love it so much, and it's such a special place for us. And since then, yeah, we came back to Portugal. We are now here with our family, enjoying the time that we haven't been able to enjoy for a really, really long time. But from here on, you have to hear it in another video.
Yeah.
There is a lot of updates, a lot of news, a lot.
Yes, there is a lot to share. Okay, so being in Portugal, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary on the 1st of August. We decided to go to Fatima. It was so random, but Christian had some requirements for the hotel and for the food, and had to have the swimming pool. So we found this really nice hotel in Fatima.
Yeah, I did have some requirements, but they were not like...
Oh yeah, she did.
Oh, but it was not like, oh, you have to...
No, okay, let's go. So, hotel had to be a really nice hotel. Check. Oh, another requirement, we had to have breakfast included.
Perfect breakfast.
Check. Had to add swimming pool, jacuzzi and sauna. Check.
It's hot here.
It's like 70 degrees right now.
You can literally say that this feels like a sauna.
Put a bit of steam.
Make it hotter.
Whoa.
This is a way to treat ourselves. This is nice. Oh, but the heat is too much.
Okay, it's getting too hot for me. I need to cool down.
I only asked for swimming pool, but that one was even better because the weather that weekend was crap, and the swimming pool was like interior swimming pool, and it was heated, so
Top notch.
top notch.
Plus a jacuzzi. Okay, so we take that as well, take that off. Then next requirement, we had to order food into the room. They had to be like a
room service.
room service, like posh, and they had to have, you know, those little things that you open.
Yeah, with that.
I don't know what it's called, but it's just
I don't know what it's called as well, but it's, you know, they have the place like you see in the movies. You know, I wanted to be in a movie that weekends. That's all I wanted.
Dinner is served. We've got a bottle of wine. We've got some spaghetti bolognese and your risotto.
Oh my god.
Mushroom risotto.
Looks good. Yours looks super nice too.
Room service, check. Another requirement, seafood.
I love seafood, but like to a level that it's not human. I love seafood. If I could eat seafood every day, I would have eaten. It would be my diet, only seafood. Of course, it's not healthy, so.
We ordered something really special, like a boat full of seafood.
I love seafood, but I only like the way that we prepare seafood here in Portugal, because we don't do seafood with sauces. So our seafood is plain, and I love the taste of to taste the sea with no extra
The freshness
sauces
of
or
the
anything. We
food.
just put lemon and salt, which for many it might sound bland, but I just love it. I can't explain it. So I said to João, we have to go to a restaurant and have seafood, and believe me, restaurants that sell seafood in Portugal are not cheap.
We checked that as well. Seafood, check. Really good.
So yeah, so we celebrated our 10 years. It was really good. It was really nice. We are here in Portugal still, and yeah.
Yeah, but in October we are going somewhere. But as we said, we'll do separate.
Yeah, we will do a life update video or something, or let us know if you have any other questions that you want to know. Don't ask us about plans because we don't have any.
So as you've seen, these 10 years have been really nice, but you know, a few bumps along the way. It was not easy as well for us.
We got to stay together.
Yeah.
We got to go through it together.
10 years to another 50.
Yay! Cheers!
Well, in 50, oh yeah, 50 I'll be
80.
80. Maybe I'll still be alive. Yeah, 50, yeah, I think 80.
It's fair enough.
Yeah. Okay guys, it was awesome talking to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
Yep.
Thanks again Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Shall see you guys on the next one.
Peace!